So kind of cool when you think about it, how the Yadakk are such a good scaling tribe because of that roads tech. Really love how much detail you can go into with each of these tribes, like how they each have their own crazy way of playing. Okay, and we are back. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the stream. It's me, it's M.D.Tenebris. I'm back again to bring you some more mediocre gaming. Below me on the screen, I have 3 links. There is a red link and a pink link. Those are to my YouTube channels. If you like what you see there, feel free to go and check them out. I play Pokemon and Polytopia. You can like, subscribe. If you click the bell, it will let you know when there are new videos available. Purple link is to my Twitch. It's where I am now. I'm here on Saturdays at 2 and on Wednesdays at 6:30. If you want to come and join the chat, hang out, talk to me live, you can do that there. There's also in the information box a link to a Discord channel. If you want to get me offline, talk to me about any of the games I play or just anything in general, you could do it in the Discord. So, today, doing some Polytopia. We got some ranked game reviews that we could do. We're going up against the Yadakk. We are playing as the Luxidoor. We have the Omo Mercenary skin on. Luxidoor, of course, start with the level 2 city, so that's why it has the 3 population. So, move off of our base. We create a warrior, get some vision. The Yadakk use the Yadakk start with the road, and they move their warrior off of their capital. We keep expanding, create a 3rd warrior. Pretty standard start for the Luxidoor with the 3 population limit for your capital. So, Yadakk create another one. They find their first village, and they are getting more vision. We are moving more vision. We find our first village as well. Yadakk move on to the village. We move on to the village. We keep getting more vision. We still have not found a 3rd village yet. This is tragic. So, Yadakk, they claim their first village. They buy their organization beforehand. We finally find our 2nd and 3rd village. Very briefly, we claim the 2nd city. All right, they're going to level up their 2nd city. They're going to get the workshop, and they claim another city. We keep moving, expanding. We get onto the villages. We level up our capital to level 3. So we get the resources, and we create another warrior. Yadakk expand. They find us. They get the star bonus from finding us. They're going to level up their city. They're going to go for a workshop again, focusing on the economy. Create 2 warriors, getting ready for that battle. So here we go. We're going to take out their warrior. Uh-oh, we got some vision. We're going to buy organization. We can see now all of our farmlands. Lots of farms. Lots of farms for us. Very nice. All right, we're going to claim that city. We get the 3 fruit readily available, which is kind of nice to see. Lots of... The Luxidoor have so many resources. It's fantastic. I love playing Luxidoor. So we claim the 2nd city over here. We now have a total of 3 cities. The first one that we found, and then the second 2 that we found later on. So we have 3 cities now to connect to our capital. You can look at the map. You could probably guess there's one around here. There's probably one around here that we've missed out because of the limited use of warriors that we're using. But you got to balance the economy versus creating units. So that's just one of the problems that we have is I'm terrible at that. So that's what you get. All right, so claim that village, immediately going to level up. We go for the workshop, focusing more. I have started focusing more on just getting workshops and building up the economy rather than going for the explorers. The explorers, you're missing out on 1 star per turn, and it doesn't seem like much right there because you're like, oh, I get all this vision. But it really does end up paying off in the long run to go for the workshop more often than not. So we continue. We're going to level up the 2nd city, and we go for the workshop again. Yadakk coming in. They're going to hit our weaker warrior. They're going to level up their capital. There you go. Grab the resources boost. Very nice for them. They're going to level up a 2nd city. This is actually their capital back here, so that's exactly what we were saying. So, create 2nd warrior. Attack my warrior. Weaken him severely. I retaliate a little bit. My warriors are a little feisty today. So, we take that weakened units. We reveal a ruin. Very nice. We're going to get level 3 with this. Get the resources coming in. We're going to move our units off. Create a 2nd warrior. We find another ruin. We have the forestry, hunting, and organization check tree rings so far. So this is basically all we're working with, which is kind of nice. Just tons and tons of resources for the Luxidoor. So it's kind of easier to focus more on just streamlining your economy. We're up to 12 stars at this point. Create a warrior finally, and end the turn. Yadakk comes in, takes out my weakened warrior. They get climbing, but they don't immediately use... This is another thing I've been practicing, is just don't buy a tech if you're not going to immediately use it. They did. They moved on to the ruin. Okay, so I'm just a fucking idiot. There you go. They moved on to the ruin. They found a village with it, so good use of climbing. We move our unit off of the city. Create a new unit. Because the idea is we're going to move, we're trying to arc around here to get to this city rather than moving within a place where we could get attacked by these warriors. So moving backwards, going to come around, try and get at the city, create a new warrior on that city. We get climbing so we can move on to the ruins, similar to our opponents. And we get onto that ruin as well. We're starting to move this way because we have a feeling there's a city over there, and we need to get the lighthouses anyway. So both lighthouses, haven't got a single lighthouse in this game yet because we haven't gone for any explorers. If I'm not mistaken, it was we don't get anything here, but every single city you see a workshop. So they get the ruin, they get the secret of meditation. So they're one step closer to philosophy, which is kind of nice. They have roads organization. They have not gone hunting. They have not gone forestry. They could go hunting and forestry. This is kind of the tough thing about the Yadakk for me is they don't favor a specific tech tree. So the organization kind of stops, but you kind of have to go organization first because you get so many fruit. And then you end up having to go normally into hunting forestry because you do tend to have a good amount of animals and forests, but it's just not enough to justify it. So you tend to kind of stick with roads, connect all your cities with roads, and you have like a semi-expansive, it's like half Umaji, half not. Because the Umaji have a ton of farm spawns as well, which is great for the Umaji. The Yadakk are a very interesting tribe. It's very like, there's a lot more mountains. They tend to have a decent metal spawn, I think, but like, yeah, it's a weird one. Yadakk claim the ruin. They get meditation. They get more vision. They connect their cities with a road. They find another village. They're going to level up their capital. They're going to get resources as a reward. That's very nice for them. We're on the ruins. Let's see what we get. We climb onto here. We get this village. I guess we got resources from the ruin because we're up to 17 stars now. Okay, and we buy mathematics, the tech, with the resources, so we can put this lumber mill here. We're going to get level 4 on our capital. We are going to get level 4 on our capital. And we get border growth because we got writing for free from the ruin. So we level up our capital. We get the border growth because there's a ton of resources on the outside of it as well. This is a really nice big space, and we have so many resources to keep leveling up in here. So we got writing from one ruin, and we got resources from the other. So this is what the tech tree looks like on turn 9. Kind of nice. And it's back to the Yadakk. Yadakk move on to the mountain. They get vision. They go onto that village out of vision of us. They get philosophy because obviously the meditation brought them one tech tree closer to philosophy. So they spent 13 stars. They got philosophy, which makes all of their tech cheaper, which is kind of nice. That's a nice scaling tech. If you get it early, it makes everything cheaper. You can gradually, towards the mid-game, have enough techs to like really ramp up your economy and start going hard on your opponent. Back to the Luxidoor. We keep spreading out, just getting some vision, expanding our borders. We're moving closer to the villages. We actually get on this village down here. Moving further into the Yadakk territory over on the west. So we're just going to level up our capital here. We're getting a giant, our first giant of the game. Get the super unit reward. We're going to put that for the monument for getting level 5 here. Get the free resources. And we're just going to keep focusing on the economy. I actually think we have a second giant here. So we make 2 giants on turn 10. Just start, you know, rush into the giants and then really start trying to like put some pressure onto our Yadakk adversaries. So moving on to the villages, they get the secret of farming. So they are going to use the farms to level up their city. Going to grab resources, get another 5 stars. They're going to get hunting, okay? They're going to capture the city. They grab the hunting before the city, makes it more expensive. They level up this city, and they go for the explorer here, so they get some vision. Is it a good explorer? It's not really. It comes and clears out the back half of the map for them. They didn't need that. They didn't even get the lighthouse. That's kind of a shame. Condolences to the Yadakk adversary on that one. All right, so back to the Luxidoor. We do have 2 giants now. We're going to move over here. We're going to get access to the lighthouse. We're going to find another ruin, which is very nice for us. We get that lighthouse. We get the task for the lighthouses. We also get roads, I believe, correct? We get roads because we want to move our giants further into the territory. We want to move our giants faster than you would imagine. So we move down here. We find another village kind of close to the Yadakk space. We know they have something here. So this is kind of ballsy, but that's fine. We are still just expanding. We have a nice distance between ourselves and the Yadakk front line. We still have villages in the back that we can claim very safely. So that's what we're doing. We're going to claim that village. We're going to move our giants down using this road. And we're back to the Yadakk. Yadakk get the secret of riding. They're up to 15 stars per turn. They attack my warrior here. They're going to challenge me on the city. They make a writer. They capture this city down here. They're going to level this city up, and they're going to grab a workshop, would be my guess. There you go. They start stepping forward. They find a third city right here next to their capital, still unclaimed. So they went forward, grabbed these cities, have not grabbed these cities yet. They claim a city right here on the border. This is going to be tough to hold. We're going to be fighting over this one, especially because I got one right here in the fog. And we're back to the Luxidoor. Move on to the ruin. We find another ruin by moving on to that mountain. We finally claim the city. Very nice. We're going to connect them all with roads. We're going to connect bang, bang, bang. We're going to get a bunch of population in our city capital. We claim that city. We take out their weakened warrior there, but I'm probably losing that unit next turn anyways, so get a little bit of vision. We're moving our units forward. Get the giants into vision, so our opponent can now see we have giants. Very scary. Ooh, all right. And they have a rider, so let's see what happens. The rider comes in, hits the unit, moves on to the city, so I'm not even going to be able to get that as far as I could tell. I think I give up on that. They're going to level this up. Do they go explore? They don't. They go workshop. They get the workshop. We saw that. They move on to the village. They're going to level up by connecting the road. Okay, moving all their units around. Little figgly-diggly dancing on the square. So we get the second lighthouse of the game. We're going to claim that ruin. We get strategy for free from the ruin. Very nice. The ruins have been very nice to us in this game. We use the roads to connect this city. We're going to get a workshop in that back city there. We're going to classically level this one up and grab a workshop as well. Yadakk, I'll step up. They're like, we're going to take this city from you. I'm not sure about this. They're going to level up that city. They're going to grab the resources bonus. They're going to level up that city and get resources as well. Make a mindbender. They see the giants. They already have philosophy. So it does make sense to just go for the mindbender here. Level this up. They grab the population growth as a reward. So they're planning for a giant push. They claim both of these cities. Very nice. They're going to level this one up using the roads. Grab the workshop. They're going to level this one up using the population. And they're going to grab population growth with that. So I'm going to have to unsiege that city with my giant. We're going to move our unit across. They've diverted my attention. I don't step forward with both because of the mindbender. We come over here. Out of range of the mindbender. We clear our city. We shore up the defenses. We move the giant forward. We get the rider here. The rider is going to be good against the mindbender. We're going to connect this city to our capital. So we're going to get a third giant like that. We're going to level this up using a monument because we connected 5 cities to our capital now. So we get the monument, put the monument there. We get the level up. We get the rewards. We use it to buy the secret of mining. We have a bunch of mines here, which we found now. And we are ready to go. So you can see the front line forming on the northern border, northeastern border of the Yadakk here. They are on some cities. They do have a lot of unclaimed resources that they could focus on, and they are getting 29 stars per turn, which is 4 more than me. So they actually have a much better economy than me. The roads is a very nice scaling tech because as you claim more villages, you get more population. Each time you find a village, it's technically worth 2 population, 1 for that village and 1 for your capital. So it's actually a big deal. You end up adding like 7 or 8 population to your capital. It's honestly worth a giant, and then you get the monument for connecting all those cities to your capital, and you get the monument for getting the giant. So the roads can indirectly lead to, say, I don't know, 15, 16 population by the end of the game when you've like really leveled everything up. Connected everything with roads and used the monuments that you've gotten from the roads. So kind of cool when you think about it, how the Yadakk are such a good scaling tribe because of that roads tech. Really love how much detail you can go into with each of these tribes, like how they each have their own crazy way of playing. And I think that's really cool. Yadakk connecting all their cities, getting towards a giant. Move the mindbender off the city. They get a lighthouse, finally, and they connect this city to their capital. They get their first super unit. There's their first super unit. They're going to use the leftover resources to level this up. They're going to grab rewards from that. They move forward. They get a little vision for themselves of my city. Finally claim this bottom city to the west. They still don't have that lighthouse. They make a warrior to defend, and that's the turn. So, back to the Luxidoor. Stepping forward, just finding some people. We get attacked on the rider. The riders are stepping forward. We're trying to siege the city, so we do get on it. We reveal the mindbender, so now we're like, ah, shit, we're going to lose that unit. So we get a mine. We level the city up. We go for the explorer here on the coast. It's kind of safe that it's going to clear out this fog for us, which is very nice. So it comes down here. Do we get the lighthouse? I don't remember. We do not. We got fucked. The explorer says, fuck you, and says no lighthouse for you. So we get this road in here, connecting this to our capital. We're then going to level this up. We're going to get the resources. There you go. We're up to 27 stars a turn. We finally level this up. We get explorer again. to clear out this vision right in front of us. Get a little more vision over here. We do reveal they have this city, that we level up this capital here to level 3. We grab the resources reward, so now we get 5 more stars. Gonna make a rider, move our 3rd giant forward. We're gonna move on to this, grab some more vision for ourselves. So we got a defender here because we did get the defender tech tree from the ruin. We are sieging their capital here. They are going to take it back from us with this mindbender. Let's watch and see what happens. So there you go. They converted our units. They're going to go put the monument here, get a 2nd super unit right in our super unit's face. So they're like shoring up their offensive line. They have one on the back already. They make a 2nd mindbender for their back. I like this move. I think this is a good move. They move their giant forward. They move their rider forward. They're not going to hit the defender, are they? So they level up this city with the roads. They get the workshop. They're using their farms now. They're collecting more of their resources. They're up to 36 stars a turn with this setup, which is very cool. All right, they're moving units forward. They're going to get resources with this one as well. They got the mindbender on there. They move forward. They get some more vision. They can see the road networks that we've got 16 stars left. They're going to level this city up. They're not. They're going to stop. They're going to move forward. They're going to get a little bit of vision. They're going to actually create 2 riders. Instead of leveling this up, they're not going to use the 5 stars on the farm. They're going to use 6 stars and make 2 riders, and they're going to be left with 1 star at the end of the turn. Okay, so we're back to the Omo Mercenaries. We got 2 giants on the border. Let's see how this turn plays out. So rider comes in, I'm starting to clear out the units that are penetrating deeper in. We don't want that. Where the giants moving forward, the rider comes in, clears out that unit. The roads are really helping move the giants around on this front line. Giants are stepping down. We're kind of approaching here more now. I'm trying to get away from the mindbenders. So I'm just trying to move the giants around to get to the capital at this point. So we're going to level up the city with the defender on it. Grab border growth, see what's in the fog. There is a ruin there. We didn't know that before. We're going to create some defenders, create some front line, because the idea is, I think, to go towards catapults and have the catapults follow up on the defenders and the giants. All right, so we've actually created a cloak here. Maybe not. Maybe we're going towards cloak. So we create a cloak on that one. We do know where their capital is. And we attack the rider briefly to reduce its HP. So units are going to come in. They're going to clear out my unit. The mindbender's moving forward. The giants are moving forward. They get the defense tech, they get strategy, so they can start creating defenders, shoring up their front line, preventing my weaker units like warriors and riders from doing damage. Farm comes in, they finally do level this up. They get the border growth. That's going to be nice for them with the roads. It's going to cut my roads off. Going to let them get more access to my city, so this is all going great. They are in 2nd, but not by much, but only by 400 points. So this is a tight game. They're going to level this city up using resources to go for the population growth. Rider coming in, hits the giant. The mindbender takes a step forward, so this giant is now stuck. He cannot move on to any of these tiles. These 3 tiles are all influenced by the mindbender. However, the mindbender has moved itself forward. It's a little bit more vulnerable the closer to the front lines it is. We're going to take this guy out. We're going to move our guys forward. The cloak is invisible now. The rider gets taken out by retaliation damage. We create another defender. We got some more defenders. We're starting to build our front line here. We move our warrior over here to start dealing with this rider because I don't want him to take the ruin, but there's nothing I can do about it. So we create a defender, we get another rider, we move this guy forward, clearing out the vision, creating this front line here that's going to cut their riders off. We do know they have riders. Riders are tough. I find the best way to deal with riders is a bunch of defenders. They're the same price as riders. Riders don't do a ton of damage to them. There's a lot of retaliation damage. It really incapacitates them. They create a zone of control. So you basically try and get your front line up to block riders from penetrating further, which is how I like to do it. And then you can come out from the back with riders, with archers, with catapults, with things from behind your front line. So we're going to put a mine up here. We're going to grab the resources reward for that. We're going to connect this. Lumber hut that. We're going to get a few extra stars. I shouldn't be doing this because I'm not getting... I don't get anything else from that. Like, it's 2 pop closer, but that's it. And we create, on our capital, we create a rider. Yadakk's up. Giant stepping onto the mountain. I love doing this because you get the defense bonus from the mountain on your giant, which is insane. They get the population growth from the ruin up here. They're going to start leveling up this city with the defender on it. They get mining. They go for population growth because their borders are already up against 2 cities. We do have a catapult here. Starting to approach this concept of trying to deal with their defenders. So they go for a farm. They go for a super unit here. They get the super unit push. Very nice. They got the Mindbender on a defensive bonus mountain now, so they're just stepping forward with all their units gradually, healing up where they can. They're going to level that up. They're going to grab the workshop. They start moving towards this way. We're back to the Omo mercenaries. Giant stepping forward. Steps forward because there's no Mindbender here, but obviously I can't step onto this city, which I didn't realize. I wanted to step onto the city next turn. I can't step onto the city because the Mindbender's right there, so it's tough. So we're starting to hit this giant. The cloaks come in. The riders are clearing out the units that are trying to penetrate deeper. We take out their rider from the ruin. We move all of our defenders a step forward. Move the giant forward. Front line kind of arcs forward. We get a catapult here behind the front line to try and deal with all these giants they've been spawning. So we have 2 catapults here. I'm going to level this up. We're going to grab population growth. And then we do finally get the super unit here. Right, and fortunately, it did not push our catapult towards. If it had pushed him here, they could have rode it in and hit him. So fortunately, it pushed it this way. You got to remember, the thing that is getting pushed off of your city is going to move in the direction that the last thing left your city. So I think I brought a rider over here to deal with the unit or something like that. Riders have been coming out here. So that's why the catapult went that way instead of this way, as far as I could tell. So we're putting further pressure on this unit. Look, they're giant. They just spawned it. It's only got 3 HP. It's kind of brutal. So, stepping in, they're just hitting our giants. They're healing up. Rider comes in. We get a bunch of damage out of this guy before his HP is only 3. They finally attack this giant as well. We take out both of those units. They make a defender. They get free spirits. They're planning, I believe, they're moving towards chivalry with that, which is kind of interesting. But, so they make a defender there. They connect that city. They level it up. They're going to grab the resources with that. Moving units around. They're getting a super unit here. They got another super unit on their capital if they want it. They move all their units forward. They do not go for the super unit on the capital. They make a defender. They start bolstering up their front line further. So, mercenaries coming in. 35 stars. 33 per turn. Moving the riders forward. Catapults are now starting to do damage to these giants, taking out the units. We're going to siege this city with the cloak, and that's our city. Like, they can't do anything. The catapults and the cloaks are brutal. We heal up our giant, hoping that it's going to survive a little bit, because we're going to do some damage with our cloaks and our riders. We're going to sneak in here. And I'm just walking straight past the city. I don't need to attack this city as long as this defender's here, and I'm not going to be able to take out a full HP defender with my giant. I'm just moving towards this city. I don't see the point. I'm going to have to clear this guy first, and then maybe my catapult can start helping the giant siege here. So I'm just moving my units to surround it. So we create a cloak, create another cloak, create another cloak. We're going to level up a bunch of our cities. We got sawmill there. We're going to level that up. We're going to grab the border growth, which is very nice. And we got 3 cloaks in play. Put another lumber hut. We're going to get a super unit on this city with the border growth. Move our defender over here. Put some pressure on this and just get some vision. Maybe move towards the lighthouse. So we're sieging the city of the Yadakk. What are they going to do? They step forward. They do take out my giants. They're moving their units forward. They're doing a little bit of damage to the cloaks. They sacrifice that giant. They just int on my giant. That's tough. This unit is coming forward. They now have 2 knights. So their aim was to go for chivalry and grab the knights. So we're back to the Omo mercenaries. They can't unsiege us. We're going to use the catapult to clear out space around this giant so we can keep hitting him with the cloaks. We hit this with the catapult, and we still do not take it. We're just moving this unit further forward because this guy's going to block off the knights from getting this way. So that's the plan with that. We move our riders back. We move the defenders forward. We start creating a space zone of control that's going to stop the knights from getting through. Right defender comes up. We get another cloak. Kill some stuff. Move our cloak forward. We're going to claim this city finally. We're going to connect it to our city and level it up with a sawmill. We do not get the super unit, though. Moving people forward. Do we get a super unit here? We do get a super unit here, so we get another super unit. And we create a cloak. Create a defender there for more front line. Very nice. So, you had to come forward with the knights. They get the 1, they get the 2, they get the 3, they get the 4, and they get the siege onto my city. So, not a bad knight chain. Considering the front line they're up against. Very nice. And they re-sieged this city with their giant. They created a defender here, full HP. They've reduced this giant down to 2 HP, so it's just this guy here. But we got 2 more coming. Defender steps forward. They're going to get a super unit on their capital. Very nice. They get the farm coming in here. They're going to get a super unit here as well, which is very nice. Defender comes forward, finds the cloak, hits the cloak, reduces the HP, but does not kill it. That would make it very interesting if defenders could kill cloaks. So they're going to level this city up as well. They're going to go for the population growth because they're trying to focus on getting super units. And then this is interesting, right? So we clear this city with the rider, with the catapult. I discover smithery, so I put a smith here, and I get a giant push on this city. Push that giant off. Our giant comes in, kills the weak knight with the weak giant. Keep moving forward, and the opponent surrenders. I guess they just feel like too much pressure. They lost the 2 knights that they had. And, yeah, lots of pressure. Really interesting game, really close game. 9,000 score to 8,200. I'm getting, 43 stars a turn by the end of it. They're getting 41 stars a turn by the end of it. So super close game, super fun. And yeah, just it's fun. There's so many fun tribes to play. That's not just like Imperius and Cymanti and whatnot. So it's really fun to take out these tribes, especially ones with the cool skins. You know I like the Omo Mercenary skin, so this is a really fun one, and I enjoyed this game. Mightily enjoyed the game. Okay, and that is going to be it from me today. I hope that everyone that came along for the stream had a good time. I had a good time. I love doing these analysis. I love getting to play the games in my own time and then coming back and reviewing them and look at them and seeing what people do and how it works out. Trying to do like a play-by-play presentation style, so I don't know if that's coming through properly. More than the analytical side, which I'm not the best at because I'm still a novice bouncing around the 1200 elo, where see that here it is. What am I? 1151. So I get between 1200 and 1300 regularly. I'm still bouncing around the bottom. I wouldn't take my advice on analytics. However, yeah, so just fun. All right, below me on the screen, I have 3 links. There's a red link and a pink link. Those are to my YouTube channels. I play Pokemon, I play Polytopia, respectively. So if you are interested in those games or more content, feel free to check them out. If you want to support me, you can like and subscribe to the channels. Click the bell. It will let you know when there are new videos available. That does nothing for me. That does everything for you. Just keep that in mind. Selfless act right here. Yeah, and purple link is to my Twitch. It's where I am now. Here Saturdays at 2 and on Wednesdays at 6:30. That's p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to come and join the chat, talk to me live, and hang out, you can do that. There's also in the information box a link to a Discord channel. If you want to get me offline, talk to me about any of the games I play or anything in general, you could do it in there. And yeah, I'd like to thank everyone that came along for the stream today. And you, the viewer at home, if you're watching this on Twitch or on YouTube after the fact, I hope you enjoy the content. I aim to please. I appreciate any support you feel like throwing my way. And yeah, hope wherever you are in the world, you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you get a fantastic night's sleep tonight. And I hope you wake up very well rested and have a wonderful day tomorrow. That is going to be it from me today. This is M.D.Tenebris. I'm signing off. So take it easy. Peace out. Adios. Thanks.